Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His Son, whose true names is, or it's like I said that wrong, whose true names are Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God. His real name is Yahweh in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. So it's Yahweh Bahashem, which is in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. His name is Yahweh Shai. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach you the Great Millstone Nashville Camp. Come back with a quick lesson, and this lesson will be entitled, "The Lord is Visiting by the Way of These Storms," and this is a quick lesson. So right here we got something called a bomb cyclone that's getting ready to happen. It's going to hit the East Coast, and it's going to drop snow in parts of the South again, And so it says a bomb cyclone is more likely to impact parts of the East Coast this weekend. Here are the updated scenarios. And as you see, it's mainly hitting South Carolina, North Carolina. Tennessee's going to get some snow. We just went through the last storm and really haven't fully got through it because a lot of places still icy, and then it's going to head on up toward, all of the East Coast. It's going to hit all of the East Coast. But this is serious because they haven't had too many bomb cyclones, in American history. It hasn't happened too much. So we're going to go right into it. And Lord will, this is an edifying lesson. Give me 1 second. So we're going to start right here. Isaiah 29 and 6. No, matter of fact, let's go to second Esdras. Because the Lord is visiting this place via storms, uprisings of the people, and different signs that's coming to pass. So second Esdras 9, it says, he answered me then. And matter of fact, I want to get a different version. I'll stay with the King James Version. So it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And so that's what's happening. The Lord is visiting the world which he made via the signs, things that's happening, uproars of the people, And it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And so, when the Lord was speaking about these different signs in Matthew 24, this is happening today. Oh, well, it's been multiple times that, you had winter storms and uproars of the people, riots or protesting. Yeah, nigga. But the thing is, you had other signs that would indicate what time we in. World War III. You're hearing about Iran and the U.S. and Venezuela. It ain't never been like that. It's never been like that. So that's another prime example about what's going on. These different diseases that's out here that's happening. This is how we know what time that we in. And it says, therefore, so like I already read that. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand. I already read that. Let's start right here, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest. So the end of what? Let's get it. Second Esdras 6. Second Esdras 6. And I'm going to start at 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of him that followeth? It says, let's keep reading. It's going to explain it. And he said to me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first, the hill of Esau. Esau's so-called white race. You're going to have Israelites that look like that race of people, but they're going to go right back via their father's lineage to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, a so-called Black, Latino, Native American, Hispanic. Then, of course, the Israelite foreigners that are scattered in other nations, and due to our brethren, our brothers and sisters being in that land, they mingled amongst the heathen and look like them, but the seed doesn't change. The outward appearance does, but the seed line does not change. Slacky. Damn, nose getting stopped up. And so it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So at the end of a people ruling, you have catastrophic things to happen. And when it says the end of the world, it's not talking about, the earth blowing up, all this and that. That's not so, because in the book of Psalms and many other verses, it says that the earth shall abide forever. So that's not the case. The thing is where a world goes into eon, which means a time period, an age of when one people was ruling. So Esau is at the time of him ruling. That's why all this is going on. These are the end days, meaning the last time that the heathen will rule really over the Israelites. These are their last times. It says, to the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, we're at that time. Let me go back. Let me go to Isaiah 29:6. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So the Lord is visiting this place. And ultimately, a judgment is going to happen. And let me get something real quick. Let me get this. This 2 Ezra 16 and 9, or I'm going to get verse 17, 2 Ezra 16:17. It says, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? So Ezra is seeing this time that we in, when the enemy shall come in like a flood via ice, the martial law troops, when the economy crash. This is everything that 2 Ezra is seeing. The arrows being shot, missiles hitting Babylon the Great, America, other parts of the world being hit, but the greatest destruction is going to be here in America, i.e. Babylon the Great. So he's saying, who's going to deliver me in those days? And that's showing that reincarnation is real. Just like how it says in Daniel 12, Daniel is told that he's going to sleep for a time. Then he's going to stand in his lot in the last days. So Daniel is in a camp, i.e. great millstone or like-minded camp, and teaching his truth. And it says, verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. And there's been a lot of sorrows these last this last year. Ever since this man got in office, him taking peace from the earth, that's another prophecy that's going on. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. So the people are mourning because the wicked is in rule. Hell, even with Nashville, when I have no power, the lights been off for going on 3-4 days now for some people. Me, but and it's hurting a lot of people, hurting a lot of families, because it's damn near below freezing temperatures. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and this famine that's being created is it's man-made. There's plenty of food and so forth out here for the people. This is man-made to bring forth his NWO. So you can take the MOTB, mark of the beast, which is a chip in that time, and you rely on the government. It says, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So this is what Ezra is seeing. It's a terrible time, which we're entering into that time. And there ain't going to be no more YouTube videos going out. It's going to be it. because the famine of the word is going to happen. You're going to desire, you're going to wish you had a brother like me making videos again, or any other brother making videos, edifying videos, telling you what's getting ready to happen and what you should do to avoid the punishment. But you're not going to do that. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So all these different things the Lord is sending, for you being wicked, i.e., you Hebrew Israelites. But guess what? The heathen, the other nations, they got to get it too. All nations got to get it. But the Lord's going to start with his people first, which is the nation of Israel. Judgment must begin first at the house of the Heavenly Father. All right. So you're being, scorned, not scorned, but you're being basically punished, but you're not returning back. And it says, but for all these things that shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. So every time you get messed up, you're not thinking like, damn, the Lord is doing this, because I'm being wicked. You're not thinking about that. Give me 1 second. I got one more. Yeah, I had another precept left my mind. I can't think about it right now. But I was gonna close it out with that. Damn, what was that precept? Yeah, it left my mind. Damn, give me 1 second. You know what? I'm gonna end it with this because it's not meant to be a quick lesson. Oh no, I do know what I'm gonna get. Give me 1 second. All right, this is what I wanted. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? So all these different catastrophes that you see, the Lord does that. He's the one that's doing that. He controls good and evil. He's omnipotent, all powerful. So he controls both spectrums. He controls both spectrums, good and evil, And this evil that's being done in the city is to punish the people. That's exactly what it is. And no one's exempt from judgment. You got different types of judgments, So I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to end it with this. 2 Ezra 9:13. This is what you should worry about. And therefore, 2 Ezra 9:13, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly should be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. So the world is created for the righteous, i.e. the elect, the 144,000, and then, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. This world that we live in right now is created for many. It's for many, but the world to come is for few. So Lord will, this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Shalom.